So, full disclosure, I was already in a pretty shitty mood going into this. You ever have those days where a bad mood just comes right the fuck out of nowhere and you can't figure out why and you can't shake it? Could be a depressive episode, I'm not entirely sure yet. But I just felt off walking into this, and then I walk into the theater, and then I happen to sit in a place where, to my left, I have this incredible douchebag, who's hanging out with other douchebags, for some reason on the other side, and they're talking to each other, and then I'm sitting to this entitled white woman next to me who won't shut the fuck up. Even when I asked her to stop talking, she just said no and kept talking. So I'm already pretty annoyed before the movie even fucking starts. So I was not in the right state of mind to watch this gigantic pile of shit. Granted, I don't know what any difference. I was in a good mood. It's not walking. This was fucking dog shit. This was awful. God damn. Not even bad in a funny way. Like, even the first one you can get a couple chuckles out of because of just how dumb it was. This one is somehow dumber and it's just boring. It's boring. It's for an exploitation movie. It's amazing how boring it is. For those who don't know, Unfriended is the pseudo sequel to the original Unfriended Dark Web. Sorry. Is like the kind of sort of sequel to the first one. Except instead of being a ghost movie, now it's about a bunch of people on the dark web who make snuff films, and these group of idiots and assholes find the laptop and they go through it and then they start going after them. That's the main plot of the movie, more or less. And then everyone dies. I don't think it's really a spoiler. You can tell right from the trailer that's how it's going to end. That's how it ends. Everyone dies. The end. And what was the reason why they were doing it? It wasn't because they found the laptop. No, they were just bored. I'm not even fucking kidding. That's the big ooh, this is so disturbing twist to it. This movie does play like it's trying really hard to be like, look how disturbing we are. Look, we are so disturbing, you guys. Like, you see how disturbing we are? Ooh, be disturbed. And it worked for the idiot douchebags in my audience. Like, four that douchebag I mentioned in the beginning, and I call him a douchebag because he was clearly high when he walked in. And so were his friends. Like, he just had that bro attitude going on. Like, this shit gonna be lit, yo. That's the thing he actually said. I'm not exaggerating that. They left because they said the film was too disturbing. I almost went, bitch, really? Because this movie did not get me at all. And I don't know if it's because I've just built up a tolerance for this bullshit or what. But I couldn't take any of this seriously. Because the movie makes no goddamn sense. And that could be fine if there's enough, like, redeeming qualities to make me ignore the things that don't make sense. But this movie is already incredibly boring. It takes like an hour for anything to fucking happen. Or at least it feels like an hour. None of the characters are likable. You don't give a shit about anyone. The minute the entire group is introduced, I was like, oh, thank God all these people die. Thank God these people die. They're all ass. One of the characters called AJ, who calls everyone sheeple, is one of those conspiracy nut job people that you all automatically hate from pretension alone. And there's just so many ways this movie makes no goddamn sense. In that it basically treats hacking as if it's a superpower in ways that just don't make any fucking sense. Okay, so let's talk about the main twist of the movie, twist of the film. This movie already sucks. Don't go see it. Fuck spoilers. So again, the whole thing turns out to be a gigantic ruse that they want the people, what do they call them? The people of the circle wanted somebody to find the laptop they left behind and activate it and then initiate this game night thing. Okay. So what they basically make it out to be is that from beginning to end, this mystical group predicted how everyone was going to act, and then they were going to kill all of them. That's how this whole thing was supposed to work. Now, it's relying a lot on just gigantic bunches of coincidence to occur. For that to make sense, I gotta go through the plot. So, the movie revolves this main character, what's his name, Matthias, I think, or something like that, who worked at a cyber cafe. He finds a laptop like 3 weeks after he was left behind. Let's keep in mind, that's up for 3 to 4 weeks, about a month. So we have to assume that whoever these cyber people are plan for that to be the case. And not only that, but as soon as someone found the laptop and activated it, which I can only assume they'd find out if they could find out where it was if they activated it, I can only assume they can only start game night when somebody activates it. They'll have to huddle, they all have to be at the computers right away and then immediately log in. So I guess people just have nothing better to do than any of this. Anyway, so, Matthias has this deaf girlfriend, and he can't really speak sign all that well, so what he did is he made a program for her, that basically he types something in and it translates into sign through video recordings that he made for it. It's like, okay, it's kind of an interesting idea. But then he shows it to her and she gets all pissy for reasons, because saying like, well, it helps me understand you, but also you understand me, but I'm also kind of thinking, yeah, but he also has to learn what those signs mean in order to record them, so wouldn't that mean through using it over and over again that he'd eventually learn how to speak sign? But whatever. I'm on the tip of the iceberg. Things don't make any sense. That's a minor one. We'll get to the bigger stuff. So anyway, we have to assume at this point that the laptop's activated. Then I'm guessing they all rush over to the game night thing to start off their murder spree. And then we go to a Skype call that was supposed to be, that's a game, like their game night, not the murder victims game night, not this evil circle game night. Anyway, and so we're introduced to our main cast of douchebags and stereotypes. We have the lesbian couple, who I was actually okay with. They were fine. The British man, the British computer man in London. Yes, I am very British, you can tell by my accent. The douchebag conspiracy guy, who you're just waiting to die. And the Asian DJ? They never really say what her job is, but there's a bunch of, like, turntables by her, so I'm guessing she's the DJ, who is just there to be the first victim. She's not really given any character. She dies first. And again, I'm not really giving that away. It's in the trailer. But then again, at this point, who gives a shit? This is a piece of crap movie. So anyway, while Matthias is fucking around with the laptop, he discovers these snuff films, and the person who originally lost the laptop. Now, here's the thing. This movie came in over 5 different times, super quickly. But these characters make, again, I hate horror movies that do this. It is entirely dependent on the main characters being insanely stupid, made even more stupid by the fact that the characters in the movie point out how stupid the thing they did is. Perfect example. While he's fucking around a laptop, he logs onto his own Facebook account to call his girlfriend, to talk to her, but he's still somehow getting messages on the owner of the laptop's Facebook, even though that account's not logged in. Yeah, this movie doesn't understand how Facebook works, or at least if that is how it works, it's stupid. So he gets a message from the real owner of the laptop saying, hey, you stole my laptop, I want it back. He says, fine, you can have it back. There, I'll leave now to give it back to you. Okay, if he just did that, this movie would have been over in 20 minutes, and we could have all gone home. But no, that's not what happens. Dumbass, just as about to log off the computer, gets a message from somebody saying, I got a special offer worth a lot of money, do you have the stuff? Which, for some dumbass reason, he doesn't go, well, that's none of my business, close, end the movie. That would have been the end of it. That would have been fucking done. But no, dumbass continues to investigate, and then he's taken on an app called The River, where it's apparently a river that looks like, when you click on it, it's like some weird server thing, but when you click on it, you're taken to like a Minecraft-looking level or some sort, but it's on like a boat on a river, like a boat on an underground river, and there's these like torches on the side. It's really dumb, and I guess it's supposed to build atmosphere, but it doesn't fucking work. But then there's a part where the circle drags him in, and suddenly the river is in HD. Ooh, scary. I'm in a really pissy mood today, so I apologize if that's coming through. I don't even know why I'm pissy. I mean, granted, this movie didn't help. But I'm just really pissy today. I don't know why. Could be post-con blues, I don't know. Anyway. So, yeah, where's it going with this? So, yeah, so instead of doing what he should have done, we're just going, well, I'm not fucking around with this. Close the laptop, return it. He's alive, all his friends are alive, we all move on with our lives. He proceeds to start snooping around and finds a bunch of snuff films that the guy he took the laptop from has in his hidden folder in the laptop. So again, I have to make a few assumptions here. One, you have to assume that they like the circle, whatever it is, schedule this game night to happen miraculously within 3 weeks to a month to the day of them losing the laptop. Second, they have to assume that somebody is gonna figure out the login, and find the hidden folders. Not only find the hidden folders, but also know how to access it. So they have to assume whoever's gonna fuck around with the laptop is gonna be tech savvy. They're making all these assumptions. Thirdly, they're going to assume that they aren't gonna return the laptop right away. Like, you know, most people would do if they've been caught stealing something they shouldn't have. And they have to assume they'll do something that I'll get into in a bit. So anyway, once he starts snooping around the laptop, he finds out that whoever owned the laptop previously is going to send this massive amount of currency through Bitcoin, which is equivalent of like $10 million, something like that. So anyway, the evil hacker man who owned the laptop goes to the cyber cafe and gets mad, and he doesn't return. He's not there. The other guy's not return the laptop. Understandable. Evil hacker man immediately first off knows where his girlfriend lives and kills her roommate and threatens to kill the girlfriend, even though the girlfriend doesn't know he's there. It's a long thing. So here is my first thought. Okay. He says, I can see. He does this, again, this is where they assume hackers just have superpowers. He creates these text bubbles in Facebook Messenger. They're all black, but they have white text inside that he can magically delete. Again, I don't think that's a thing hackers can do, but he can do it because he's a super hacker. He also has the ability to have like a filter over his face whenever he gets close to a webcam so you can't see his face. Again, because hackers can do anything because they have superpowers. Hacking's a superpower in this movie. But for some reason, and again, this probably plays in the whole stupid game night twist, is he can figure out where his girlfriend lives pretty instantaneously, but he can't figure out where Matthias lives. Can they not track the IP address? Even I know that. And I'm not that tech savvy. So that already is like, okay, you could have solved this a lot faster if you just go into his house, stab, laptop, mine, done. Again, movie over, we all go home. But no, this stupidity is going to continue in that, evil hacker man says, like, I'm gonna kill your girlfriend if you don't give me the laptop. So I want you to get her to come over, and then I'll follow her, and then we can trade the laptops, and that'll be it. So after some stupid scenery and some stupid conversations, some stupid stuff that I guess is supposed to be romantic, but when it comes to really hackney and stupid, I'm using the word stupid a lot because it's fucking appropriate. And finally, after a while, convinced her to come over to his apartment, and again, for some reason, he decides to do this. Matthias, I guess he figures out that there's another victim that's still alive. And instead of, I don't know, giving him the laptop and then immediately calling the police, which any sane person would do. Again, and this movie also assumes you don't have cell phones. Because I'm thinking like, okay, the hacker said he can see everything you do and say, but he can't see you fucking around on your phone. So just throw a few text messages around, take some screenshots when there's a part where like they go in the subway and the connection falters, so use that time to tell everyone what's going on. It's like, okay, take screenshots of everything, use your phone camera, take pictures of everything, give him back the laptop, no problem, no problems, and then call the police. Call the shit out of the police. Get him all the screens like, here's all the creepy shit I found. Track this motherfucker down. Again, they don't do this. Instead, this stupid motherfucker, which is great when the hacker man calls him a stupid motherfucker, is he creates his own Bitcoin account and transfers all hacker man's funds into this new Bitcoin account he made. Excuse me. Which immediately the hacker man goes, "What the fuck are you doing? You're stupid." And he basically is like, "Dude, all I wanted was the laptop. You just had to give me the laptop and we would have gone our separate ways. Movie done. Done. No, that's not what fucking happens. That gets the attention of the Circle, which apparently, again, was their plan the whole time. So let's review. The Circle's evil plan here was, again, wait up to a month for someone to not only see the laptop lost and found, but instead of like, I don't know, turning to police or trying to find ways to track down the owner or anything like that, happens to steal it, figure out the password, log in, find the hidden files, care enough to figure out how to access the hidden files, which is a whole thing, see the snuff films, first up, ignore the guy who figured out he stole a laptop and don't give it back. They're assuming they're not going to do that. They're assuming they're going to access the hidden files, assume they're going to find the snuff films, and then they're going to assume that he's going to find the Bitcoin account, and then he's also going to assume that same person's going to make a new Bitcoin account just to transfer those funds over to himself, so that way he becomes the new target of the Circle. But my thing is like, okay, the Circle apparently relies on a massive amount of coincidences to occur, because the Circle only make themselves known after he does this. So were they just waiting for that to happen? Were they going to kill them all regardless? What was the plan if he didn't do that? What was the plan? What were they going to do? Were the Circle going to play Jenga instead? What was the idea? I don't fucking know. It makes no goddamn sense. Oh, fuck. So yeah, from there, everyone gets systematically killed off, one after another. It's hackneyed and it's repetitive. It's been there, done that. It's not interesting, and it's not with characters I give a shit about. There are parts where right before somebody gets murdered, they show, like, the hackers show them all, like, heartfelt footage from them for some reason before they kill them. I don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense. None of this makes a whole lot of fucking sense. And then everybody dies, and then it turns out they didn't really give a shit about the laptop at all. And then it was all a game, and that's the movie. And it is, my God, it is so boring and so frustrating. It is both, it starts out boring and becomes increasingly frustrating as time goes on. And seeing with my audience did not help things. And yeah, this movie could blow me. I don't know, guys. I kind of feel a little defeated after this one. This one was like, it's not worth getting that mad about, but it's so fucking bad too. Like, I don't know. This will probably make my top 10 worst. I don't know. I gotta really sit down and think about it now. But it... This has like 59% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that right now. I don't know why. It's not scary. It's not interesting. It makes no fucking sense. None of the characters are likable. It's so dragged out to an hour and a half. The dialogue is painful. The acting, I'll give the acting credit. It's fine. I mean, everyone's playing stereotypes and there's fucking nothing to chew on here. I can't think of a single thing in this movie to recommend. Because, like, the concept was lazy when they did the first time, and it has not improved with age. How old is Unfriended now? Like, 2 years old? I would say there's no reason to make the sequel, but I know why they made the sequel, because it's dirt cheap to make, and you have people like in my eyes, like, they are gonna go see it. Like, for some reason, crappy horror movies like this just draw out the assholes out there. The people that don't know when to shut the fuck up, and the people that buy into this crap. Which I realize saying that makes me sound incredibly pretentious, and it is incredibly pretentious, but man, I just don't get how they can... I don't get it. Like, I don't get the appeal of this. I don't get how people can take this seriously. I just don't. But then again, to be fair, if you did, good for you. But I'm not gonna get it, and I have no interest in really getting it. But if you like it, fine, good for you. I know, again, that sounds really condescending and patronizing, but I do mean that. Like, you enjoy it. So I'm moving on to trailers, and the more I'm talking about this, the more defeated I fucking feel. Yeah, I feel you, car alarm. Yeah, I want this to wrap up too. I'm fucking done. And again, I'm also just really grouchy tonight, and I don't think that's helping me very much. So yeah, all these trailers I've gotten before, so I'm just gonna go briefly through them. Nobody's Fool, Tyler Perry movie, looks like it's gonna be awful, because it's... One, it's a Tyler Perry movie, and two, it's a Tyler Perry comedy, which those don't end well. So, this trailer I actually haven't seen before. This is a movie called Hellfest, which looked interesting at the start of it, because it looks like, what I thought it was gonna be, which would actually be really cool, it'd be like a carnival, like, that pops up, like, once a year, that entices, like, dumbass teenagers to come in, and then it turns out, like, it's actually, like, a hell festival, so like the hell on earth kind of thing. And how cool would that be as a movie concept? Now I think about it, like like for some reason, like this urban myth, like this only happens like once a year, and it randomly appears somewhere, and everything that goes into myth and legends, like the scariest thing ever, or that's how they advertise it. But really, it just brings out like the darkest shit in every individual person. Like, it actually is hell in a tiny carnival. But and everyone that gets in there experiences their own kind of personal hell, like Hellraiser, but it's like circus themed. That'd be fucking terrifying. That'd be great. This one looks like it's supposed to be like a really scary festival, but there's a serial killer in it, which is like, okay. The aesthetics are good, so I don't know, maybe that won't be bad. Although there is one that's kind of bothered me a bit, where I guess they're trying, like, women that are being stalked by a serial killer, they go up to a security officer, and he goes like, well, I can't arrest somebody for being scary. And I was kind of like, well, yeah, but shouldn't you, like, know who's working there and who's not? Because I've worked, like, Great America during Haunt. It's supposed to be pretty clear. They're not supposed to let anybody in with anything, like, any creepy stuff of their own. Oh, I'm out of focus. Focus. There you go. Now I can be on Unfriended too. I'm poorly lit and strangely 4K. No, I'm not. I'm sure you can... Oh, really? I know. Sorry to burst bubble for you there. Anyway. But yeah, Hellfest, could be fine, but I don't know, it looks like another slasher movie. It looks like they're taking what could be an interesting concept to take another slasher movie. Then we got Searching, which is the other... this is probably got the same conversation I had with this movie, which is like, this plot makes no sense, and the use of the laptop thing is just really contrived and stupid, and it's not going to take off as a concept, and I don't care what anyone says. It wasn't smart or clever or inventive when they did it with Unfriended. It was lazy and cheap. It's lazy and cheap now. Although, to be fair, Searching does look like it has a better cast behind it, so who knows. Then I got the one for The Hate You Give. Talked about that one before. Then I got The Nun, which I've talked about before. Both movies I don't really... Hate You Give could be good. I don't know. That one I'm kind of playing a wait and see on. The Nun, couldn't really care less. It looks like whatever. Black K Klansman, want to see that. Halloween, I'm also curious about, mostly from the Comic-Con panel. I haven't seen it, but I heard it got weirdly emotional, and that by its own kind of makes me kind of curious. So, yeah, that was the last trailer. So, Unfriended 2, unless you really like the first one for some reason, and I know some people did, then I can't really recommend this to anyone. Again, unless you're a fan of the first one. So, yeah. That's all I got. I'm going to go home because I'm tired and I'm cranky. And I need sleep. So, I think I'm going to try to go see Mamma Mia 2 with Karina on Saturday morning. Probably going to wake up earlier for that. That's going to be a bummer. But either way, so going to try and get that out of my hair. Other than that, next week, I believe, is Mission Impossible and Teen Titans Go. And I feel like there's one more that I'm forgetting, but those are my two big ones. So, I'm also going through the San Diego Comic-Con footage, so there's going to be a lot of videos of that coming up. I did get some cool stuff out there, like I have the Adventure Time panel recorded, so that'll be up there. I saw Jason Momoa, that'll be up there. I got some game previews and other stuff like that as well. So, keep an eye out for that. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff. And, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry if I seemed a little pissy. See you all later. Bye.